Hi guys, welcome back to Tia Gitana. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be talking about Uranus moving into Taurus. So Uranus moves into a different sign every 7 years. It just is leaving Aries today as of when I'm filming this video, and it's going to be moving into Taurus, which is a fun, very fun thing. Uranus is the planet of the sky, he's the god of the sky. He's change, he's innovation, he's very futuristic. He naturally rules the sign of Aquarius, which is why Aquarius gets that futuristic thinking of the overall social perspective from. That's when that energy pulls from. But Uranus is very much futuristic. He's very much like, I want it and I want it now, like let's make it happen now. Like he's very quick. He's very also like, he comes out of the blue, he's unexpected changes and stuff like that. And with Taurus energy, because Taurus is very much a financial, like especially in your chart, it rules your second house, which is your house of money. And also it's the mantra for Taurus is I have. So you kind of have to think about, what do you have? If you have, like, during your Uranus transit is really going to focus on debt, money, finances, really how your relationship with change is as well, because Taurus is very much a fixed sign, so it doesn't necessarily want to move very quickly, especially if it's used to something or if it likes what it's used to. If it doesn't, it does. I will say this about Taurus energy: it likes to know and understand all the new things as well. Taurus really is one of those signs that knows all the new songs. Like they'll be like they'll be out here, you'll do, I don't know, you go to a couple of them, they're already singing the new song because they know. So they're a fixed sign, but they know a lot of things. They're very intelligent people. They see how things move, but they also pick their battles. And it's very interesting how this Uranus transit is going to go with, because I feel like it's going to be a lot of it's going to stabilize a lot of things, and it's going to make you look at debt, at your money situation, at, like, I don't know, maybe you want to buy a house and stuff, which is really hilarious if you think about it, because a lot of us who are going through these like Saturn transits, just with Saturn going back into Capricorn, like our Saturn returns and everything, Pluto, and Uranus, like, because those are like generational planets. We really looking at like, okay, so we're getting to our 30-year mark for the people born with those placements. We're getting into our 30-year mark of life. So we're really going through the 30s of the thing. Like, what are we planning? What do we want to do? What do we want to see? How we want to grow? Like all this stuff. Am I having kids? Like all these things. So with Uranus and Taurus for the next 7 years, we're going to try to get our bread, and we're going to try to get it the right way. But it's going to be in a way that's comfortable. So, because you always have to go back to the energy of Taurus. Taurus, if Uranus is going to force it to change and think in a futuristic way, Taurus is still going to demand some sort of, like, the energy of Taurus is still going to demand some sort of comfort, because Taurus energy is very much about comfort, very much about needing to feel good, to look good, to like enjoy life. It's not trying to waste, it is trying to spend time, not waste it, spend time living it the best way. You could be traveling more as well, or like maybe to a place that you've romanticized in your head that you've never been, like Paris or something. Like if you've always wanted to go, Uranus and Taurus might actually make you actually go. Like that energy would just be like, I just want to spend my money in a different way. There's going to be a change in the mentality in your relationship with money. It could be both bad and good. You could, in the shadow side of this, you could like kind of get aware of addictions. I can't even talk right now. Addictions that you might have. There could be different kind of perspectives as far as like what you've been doing with your money this whole time, and how you wish you could have spent it differently, just because, again, fixed energy, it really is going to focus, like, you really should look at where your Taurus placement is in your chart. Mine is in my 10th house, which is going to be very fun for me. But it's a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. It really depends how you work with energy. If you resist the energy, you're gonna have a little bit of a struggle, but then you're really channeling that fixed energy of Taurus. If you are a Taurus period, this is going to affect you not only in your houses, but in your sun, or if you have it in your Venus, or whatever the case may be, it will affect you there too. You might see like very fast changes. You might want to change something about your, like if you have Venus in Taurus or Mars in Taurus, you might be passionate a little bit different about some things. You might kind of like, it could be very much very interesting revelations, because again, Uranus is very about mind. He's like higher thoughts. He's very much like into higher thinking. Like you might have like epiphanies about stuff that you're like, whoa, like how could this, like how did you do this to me, or like you're spending money this way, like what is going on. It's gonna be like a really honing down how our relationship with money is. But if it's in a placement where it relates to love, or it relates to friends, or relates like in those areas, it will get addressed in a different way. So you might see changes, you might see you might understand, because again, when you go we're going to talk about money in a different video, but money is really about value, and what Taurus's value is really a lot of it, their peace and their happiness and that kind of comfort. They're very comfortable. So if there's someone that's been making them feel uncomfortable, that will also be addressed. Like there's different ways to view the energy, other than, okay, well, Uranus and Taurus, Uranus is gonna make shit go buck wild, and Taurus is gonna be like trying to drag their feet because they don't want to change and stuff. No, there's really different ways that you can really see the energy. You have to look at your chart, and you have to see what that house is, what it is, like for me. Okay, let's talk about me for a second. I have I have Taurus in my 10th house. My 10th house is naturally ruled by Capricorn. That's the house of career, social status, and stuff, which means that Uranus is really going to change for me my status, and it might be really fast. It could be the way I relate to people, my connections with people, how I network with people might change drastically. Maybe the way that I've been very comfortable in doing what I do is going to drastically change, and I'm going to be networking differently. I'm going to be meeting people in different ways. I'm going to be making connections out of the blue that could help me on my career. Like there's ways to see it without it having to do with necessarily money, but representing more status and career. So longer term stuff for me. So that's kind of the way I would like interpret mine. However, if you have, again, Taurus in your 7th house, your relationships are to people or in a personal level are going to change. If you have Taurus again in your 5th house, the way you have fun and how you felt like you've had fun, your really fast relationships, your ego, like a little bit of your ego, how you've been doing so will change within the next 7 years. There's going to be that shift. And then you know how people always say, like, when you get to your 30s, things are different. Like I honestly hate it when people are always like, oh, my 30s are coming, I'm gonna be like so tired, I'm gonna be like, my body's gonna go, all this stuff, like I'm gonna be working more, I'm gonna be tired, I don't have to think about kids, and like they talk about it in a way that is very negative. I also always say, I've been setting this intention since I was like, I don't know, 8, where I said that my 30s are going to be like my 20s, but with more money. That's literally my intention for my 30s. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it because I haven't been setting the intention for my body to go and for all of these things to start happening to me. Why would you even say that? Your 30s are actually a really good time. You're really like reaping in a lot of things. But if you go into it with a negative intention and you're using the energy to like just belittle yourself, that's really what you're going to attract. So working with this energy is really about not being too stubborn. I say this because Taurus is personally to me the most stubborn sign in the zodiac. All of the earth signs are stubborn in their own way. Like, try to argue with a Virgo. You can try. Capricorn's, it's probably the one that like will take the most, just because they're cardinal, so they have to move, they have to progress in their way. But Taurus is a fixed sign, so they can stay fixed. Like they need harsh life lessons to move sometimes, but again, they like to understand all things. They like to know. They're very curious in many ways. It's almost like Venus kind of really blesses them on a understanding society level, because in order for them to maintain their abundance, it also needs to be modern as well in many ways, because you'll see them having all the newest things, the newest sneakers, the newest all these things, and that's because they kind of that Venus energy does kind of keep them modern to a level. They always need to, obviously Venus needs to maintain a standard, so that energy, the way it plays into Taurus, is not always completely fixed in nature. They're just fixed in their comfort. So whatever you're comfortable with during this time, look at your chart again, look at what house it's in. We are still going to go through all those good things, but for the most part, look at your house, because that's the one you're going to be playing with. That's the one that's going to really, for the next 7 years, is going to take that Uranus energy is going to be there, like with a microscope, like making stuff happen, like boop, lightning bolt, all these things. It's gonna stir a lot of the things. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can like leave it in the comments and stuff. All my links and stuff are down below, so feel free to like email me or follow me on Instagram. I do like daily posts. Well, I do hashtag moonside tips there every 2.5 days when the moon changes, just to help you guys with the energy of the moon, because a lot of people struggle with using it, and like how to manifest during that time as well. So yeah, if you guys want to follow me, you guys can follow me there, and don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.